Yes, sir.
Here we go! Buck, here we go!
Yeah, baby. Y'all already know who it is. Here we go. I can't believe my eyes. I can't believe it. Two teams from the same division made it to the NFC Championship game. Woo-wee. Y'all just don't understand the trouble the Dallas Cowboys are in. But we got Shotty. Hold on. We got Shotty. We got Shotty as our head coach now, and he amped up doing a press conference. So maybe we on to something. Welcome to the Gridiron Sports Podcast. I am your host, Majestic Sound. And I am on here today to talk about the NFC Championship game, ladies and gentlemen. The Philadelphia Eagles defeated the Washington Commanders on Sunday night, 55-23. And I can't believe I'm saying this. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I gotta talk about it. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to the Washington Commanders, who haven't won 10 games in the regular season in 35 years. Man, that's a long time, ladies and gentlemen. That's a long time to go without winning 10 games. So people talk about Dallas all the time, but you got to go look at these other franchises. The other franchises ain't really been doing nothing. But, you know, we're America's team, so we get talked about. Whether if you love us or hate us, our names stay on your mouth. Yeah, because people love to hate Dallas. But anyway, the Philadelphia Eagles, both of those teams are in the NFC East. So that's why I say we are in major trouble. We got to go to war now. And before I even go any further, let's go back to the Washington Commanders. Shout out to the head coach, Dan Quinn, who used to be our defensive coordinator. Now he's the head coach for the Washington Commanders. And they had a great season. Let's not, hate on them. I ain't going to do it. I'm going to tell it like it is. I ain't going to hate on them. They had a wonderful season. They got an awesome head coach. And they got a magnificent quarterback, if you will. And so they made it all the way to the NFC Championship game. And then, of course, the Philadelphia Eagles made a lot of moves in free agency, and they made a lot of moves in the draft. And so they have one of the better rosters in the National Football League. And it showed. They won the NFC Championship game, and look, 55-23. Come on, dog. Saquon Barkley ran all over them folks. And before I go into all the stats and things of that nature, I just want to say one more time that we are in trouble. We are in the middle of a war.
What's your point?
We're going to have to bring our A game, Jerry. That's my point, man. We are in the middle of a war. Let me hit my button for y'all, because we really in the middle of a war right now in the NFC East.
This is where we hold them.
We're going to have to hold them, man.
This is where we fight.
We're going to have to fight them.
This is where they die.
They gotta die. We can't let them folks bully us around in our conference. We can't let them folks bully us around in our division.
It will be yours for all time.
For all time. We gotta take back our division. Huh. Come on. Get ready, Brian Schottenheimer. Get ready, Dallas Cowboys. We gotta fight.
Lay down your weapons.
We can't lay down our weapons. We can't give up now. We gotta fight. What's your response? Yeah. Yeah.
Come and get them.
You gotta come get it from us. We still hold the record of most wins in our division. Since Dak Prescott been our quarterback, we got more wins than any other in our division. So, from that perspective, we still run that division. But we in big trouble we in big trouble because them folks are ready for war, and we got to get ready for war. So now let me talk about this game. It was a great game too, by the way. Great game. I'm gonna talk about some of these numbers. See, can I can get this pulled up for y'all? Here we go. So let's look at Jalen Hurts here. He only threw the ball 28 times. That's good. And I want Dak to have a similar game this coming season. I don't want Dak to throw the ball 40 times. 28 to 30. That's cool. So 246 yards. 71% of his passes were completed with a quarterback rating of 119.76. And you know, Saquon did his thing. 15 carries, 118 yards. This man's was gouging the Commanders defense. They run defense sucked to death. I think they at the bottom of the lead in run defense, but look who's talking. We was pretty much at the bottom of the league on defense, period. But look what this man Saquon was able to do. 7.8 yards per carry. His longest was a 60-yard, and I think he scored on his 60-yarder. And he was able to grab 3 tubs or 3 touchdowns. So, and then Jalen Hurts ran a little bit, but he didn't really have to. You know, all he had to do was create the illusion that he was going to run. But them folks had 6 touchdowns, rushing touchdowns. Rushing, wait a minute, 7? Them folks had 7 rushing touchdowns, 3 from Saquon, 3 from Jalen Hurts. And like I said, he didn't have to run a lot. He ran 10 times. That's cool. And this Shipley guy, he ran 4 times. But look at that average. And he ran off a 57-yarder for a touchdown. So, or, you know, he got tackled right at the 1-yard line. But he ended up, you know, still getting a touchdown. Receiving wise, they tight end, 7 catches. Smitty, 4 catches. And 6 from A.J. Brown with a touchdown. When you look at this, they just got outplayed. The Eagles won the time of possession. They barely won that time of possession. They had 28 first down, so they 22. But the yards, 350 for the Commanders, 459. The folks almost had 500 total yards. And it wasn't like they wasn't passing the ball, so they had 230 yards passing, 251 passing, 99 rushing, 229 rushing. So they just got gouged in the run game. They just couldn't stop the running game. Then you look at the penalties. They had 9 penalties to their only 5. Return yards, 161, 98. Total plays, they had more plays. They only had 66 plays and they had 76 plays. They was getting 4.5 yards per play. Meanwhile, the Philadelphia Eagles was getting 7 yards per play. And then here's the thing that stands out. They had 4 turnovers. So anytime you have a lot of turnovers in the National Football League and a championship game at that, most likely you're not going to win. You seen what happened to the Detroit Lions in the divisional game, and against these Commanders, they just had too many turnovers, and so it was the Commanders' turn to cough up the ball, evidently, and they had too many turnovers, ladies and gentlemen. So when you contextualize all of that, the Eagles pretty much killed them on the run game, and one can argue that they were the better team. So that's all I really want to talk about. We got trouble on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. As long as Dak Prescott is our quarterback and he's healthy, we have winning seasons, and typically we are the better team in the NFC East in our division, but that's not the case now. So we really got to make moves in free agency now. We really got to be strategic in the draft this year, and we really got to build a great roster and a great coaching staff for Shotty if we want to have a chance to make the Super Bowl. So Shotty is promising us a Super Bowl. Well, they got to get busy. If you're going to promise us a Super Bowl, dog, you got a lot of work to do. You and the coaching staff doing the off-season. I'm talking about off-season work. I ain't even talking about the season and the playoffs. Man, this stuff starts before the season, the regular season starts. It starts during the off-season. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, when that happened and they actually do a good job, and you know, I give them my grade on what I think they done after all of those things take place. And if we have a good roster on paper, then hey, we got a shot. But I'm from the Missouri, the show me state. They're gonna have to show me. They gotta prove themselves. Shotty and the rest of the coaching staff, they gotta prove themselves, man. And that's the only way I'm riding with you, dog. I can't ride with you until you prove yourself. So I will be sitting back in the cut watching all the moves during the off season. All right, Cowboy Nation, that's my time. I truly thank you all for your time. Make sure you give us the thumbs up. Make sure you share this content. Sharing is caring. Share it with a neighbor. Share it with a friend. Share it with your coworker. Share it with your significant other. And share it with a stranger. And even share it with your enemy. And maybe, just maybe, y'all will be cool after talking about the Dallas Cowboys. DC for life.